Hello everyone, welcome to episode 11 of the Drone Wars. Well, looking at how the map looks right now, there's only, how many planets here? 5 planets left to discover, and we can kind of see how the different factions are growing. I mean, there are 2 factions that are almost completely out here. There's Jonfield all the way over there with their 1 planet, they're still in the game somehow. Rogue Shipwrights out here, they're not doing great because they're basically completely dead. All they have is their fortress worlds. It will eventually perish. Uh, the Great Red Sun Empire is actually one of the most expansive empires right now. I mean, it's got a foothold on its entire quadrant here. This quadrant over here has the most planets in it. It's about 2 there. And then it's also started going to Delta's area over here, so they've really gone this way. They've also got 1 planet over here as well, so they're really all over the place. The Federation's also got its feet in multiple different planets here as well. However, the Alliance is also trying to expand as well. The Pirate Empire is also in a similar boat, just trying to expand out a bit. So this is going to be interesting, seeing what happens. I'm going to go through all the factions one by one, and we're going to see what happens in this episode. We'll see if Jonfield survives for another day, and we'll see what happens over here with Delta Shipyards and the Great Red Sun Empire. Maybe they might retaliate, maybe something else might happen, who knows. Anyways, I'll see you guys when something happens. Oh boy, well, the first thing that happened here, well, the new Galactic Alliance really doesn't like that the Federation is right up against their border, right here, so they're sending one of their fleets that was right here, straight down over here to go straight after this planet here, KL1 through 6 on the Snow Hills. You can see here, both fleets, number 7, we got a cruiser fleet versus a battleship fleet. This is going to be a really interesting fight. I actually don't know who's going to win this. If anything, maybe the battleship might have the advantage, but I don't know. We're going to go over to that planet and we're going to see what kind of battle this is, and we're going to see who wins this. I'm actually really interested to see if the Federation is able to hold their ground, or if the Alliance is actually going to just blast through the defense here. They might go straight for the homeworld. The Federation is definitely not in a good spot here. Alright, here we are. We're on that planet, and well, we have our 2 fleets here. This is going to be a capital ship battle, and I'm going to be using the ship health mod. So, well, right over here you can see the green fleet with their ships. They got their cruiser, a corvette, their 3 fighters. You can see the health of the leading ship here. All the way over here on the opposite direction, we have the yellow fleet over here, the Alliance. You can see they've got themselves their Myrmidon battleship here, and if I actually get closer to it, you will see its health bar. You can see they got 2 dark corvettes, a raptor. Then they have these 4 light fighters that are that come with the battleship, and then they got an extra fighter. So we're gonna go ahead and declare war here, and we're actually gonna go ahead and see the battle happen. One thing first is first, you gotta make sure that damage is actually, you know. Alright, here we go. Let the battle begin. Immediately the fighters start taking off. I mean, some of them aren't really moving much, but that'll change as the enemies get closer. There are a lot of torpedoes moving in. Already some point defenses are going in to try to protect the fleet from those torpedoes. His health is already starting to drop. It's down to 90% health. More torpedoes are being fired. There's a lot of torpedoes moving in. That corvette is taking a lot of damage. Those cannons are going to be lethal. They need to get in close if they want to do any damage. Down here you can see that the Raptor is going after the capital ship. All these fighters up here going straight to battle here. There's the Myrmidon down below. It's taking on the Corvette. Oh, there's almost nothing left of it. It is completely gone. Still at one. No, he's actually lost a little bit of health. He's definitely starting to take some damage from that cruiser. I believe the cruiser has taken out that Corvette. Yep, Corvette's down. And that's a lot of damage. The Green Fleet does appear to be losing. All these fighters are going after the, well, everything's kind of just going after the fighters down. Well, not down, but up here. Trying to do whatever they can with missiles and find a way with everything they've got. There's cannon fire going across. Missiles are being fired back and forth. This is not going to end well for everyone. Let's see. He's definitely taking a lot of damage here. He's up down to 82% health. They really need to take care of these fighters up here. They're all just trying to finish off this one fighter, just holding on as best it can. Oh, it's gone. That fighter is gone. Ouch. They should start switching targets now, going after other things. Or they might be going after other fighters that their signals aren't popping up just about yet. Or they could be after debris. It's hard to tell. That cruiser over there is definitely trying to do as much damage as it can. Firing missiles. I don't know if those Corvettes are going to be able to. I don't know if those Corvettes are going to be able to take much. There's a lot. Oh, the cruiser is starting to move in. He's just finishing off whatever's left of this Corvette, and he's going to move on to take on the bigger targets. Oh, cannon shots are starting to move in here. Be easy and careful, those are going to do a lot of damage. This ship over here is rapidly losing health. But if you can fire those torpedoes, you might be able to do a lot more damage. There's other fighters here trying to do as much as they can, but they're just being wiped out. All the other ships over there seem to be going after debris and stuff, but soon they should be switching targets. Ooh, that Corvette might crash into the ground down there. Or it might not. Nope. There it goes. That was a massive explosion. There's still another Corvette that's alive. Hopefully it doesn't do the same thing. The other fighters over here are going to be doing their best to go after the next target. Alright, they're going after the cruiser. That cruiser has its point defense systems going in full swing here, launching missiles or whatever it can. It's definitely trying to focus fire on that battleship. It has fighters and And a corvette moving in on him as well. Lots of shots coming in. He's definitely taking some damage here. Oh, that cruiser is definitely not doing well. 60% health. Battleship was over there at 67% health. This fighter and corvette combo over here are definitely not letting them go. There's more torpedoes moving in, so he needs to shoot those down or else it's going to take a massive amount of damage. Seems like this corvette is just slanted to the ground down here. There's barely anything left of it. He's being shot down. This fighter over here is still managing to stay alive somehow, but I don't think it's going to last all that long. Nope, that fighter has just been shot down. Seems like it's going to be a 1v1 pretty soon. They both have similar health pools here. Ooh, there's a massive explosion over here. This battleship isn't doing particularly well. He's taking a lot of damage and he needs to do something. He's down to 50% health, which is not great. This cruiser is just pummeling him. Massive hit, down to 47% health. Another hit, 45. He's seeming to be pretty even now. This ship is trying to do its best to dodge, to the best of its ability. Definitely trying to shoot some debris down there, but also trying to exchange shots with the battleship over there. Definitely doing a lot of damage. But those torpedoes keep hitting and taking out huge chunks of the ship. The ship is down to 30% health. They're both down to 30% health. Honestly, I don't know who's going to win here. %, 25, 22. Wow, this is not going to go well. %, health. 17. It's firing more torpedoes. Hopefully some of them hit. If not, this battleship is going to be lost. That cruiser is doing the best that it can. Lots of torpedoes moving in. 10% health. Things are not looking great over here. Those torpedoes might actually hit their target. 25. Alright. 7%? Oh my goodness. How is this battleship still alive? There's barely anything left. 5%. Maybe by some miracle I might be able to survive. 2%. Yeah, that ship is going to be going down really soon. I think it's going down right now. No, I think the battleship is basically out. It is sinking. There he goes. He's still going to try a last-ditch effort to try and destroy that cruiser while he's going down. He's launched as many torpedoes as he can. Seems like they're both going down at very high speeds. Just like that, the Myrmidon is no more. The Federation has won this battle by a thread. Their capital ship has survived with only 12% health. That was an interesting fight. We'll go back to the board and we'll see what happens next. Alright, here we are. Back at the board. So, after that battle, well, the Alliance really didn't like that, so they decided to build 2 new fleets at their shipyards. They decided to build one massive fleet full of fighters and corvettes, and another fleet that consists pretty much entirely of corvettes, though it is much smaller. And of course, now we've gone to the Federation over here. Well, Federation decided, well, we have 5 fleets, we kind of have some things, but, you know, one of our biggest problems is definitely the pirates, so well, the AI for the Federation decided to send their fleet that was here to all of you over here. Which is interesting. I mean, I guess they're also trying to do what Delta was doing, just trying to cut the Empire in half here, trying to, you know, isolate them a little bit. So, the only problem with that is that here on the Pertam rock fields, they're going to have to fight a fortress world with their 2 frigates and 1 fighter. So, we're going to go over there and we're going to see exactly what happens in this battle. Alright, here we are, in the Pertam Rockfields planet. A lot of jagged rocks around this area. This is going to be a really interesting fight, because here we have our fortress, and way off in the distance over here we have the invading fleet, which is basically just 2 frigates and a fighter. So we're going to go ahead and declare war here to let the battle begin, and we're going to see exactly what happens. It's going to be really cool. There we go. They're already firing their really long-range missiles. See, the 2 frigates are going up and the fighter is going down. Now these ships have to be very careful, because that main cannon can easily just insta-kill them if they aren't careful. Not to mention all these might take out that fighter before he even gets in range. If that fighter can stay in the cover of... Ooh, never mind. That frigate may have just been shot down. Yeah, I was gonna say, that fighter is gonna need to stay in the cover of one of the frigates to make sure it doesn't get shot down immediately. It looks like that frigate is taking critical damage from that shot. He's definitely going down. The other frigate over here seems to be taking some damage as well. You have massive collisions. This frigate is trying to stay airborne, it's really struggling. This fighter is trying to do whatever it can. It is taking a lot of shots. Too many to even get near. Yeah, that fortress is way too strong. They managed to take out the entire fleet before they even arrived. The Federation was very underprepared for this conflict. So I guess that's it for this battle. That was really short. Oh boy, well, things have taken an interesting turn. So after that failed battle, the Federation decided, well, we're gonna make sure our shipyard here is not super vulnerable to the pirates. So they decided to build a massive fleet here, consisting of mostly fighters, but also a carrier. So they are very, very well defended over there. And then they decided, you know what, we're gonna go and finish off Jonfield over here. So we're gonna go and take our fleet that was here on the Earth-like snowfield and move it up here. And we're gonna take it up to the Earth-like mountains. Now, to make sure that I don't spend too long, battling each of these fleets one at a time, I'm actually going to combine these three fleets in a single battle, and we're going to see what type of battle that'll be, but it'll be interesting seeing exactly what happens. 15 fighters versus a cruiser, a frigate, and a corvette. I don't know if Jonfield will be able to survive, but if Jonfield manages to survive, then that'll be their ticket to surviving, which would be a straight up miracle. Anyways, we're gonna go on over to the Earth-like mountains, and well, we're gonna see if Jonfield survives or not. All right, here we are on the Earth-like planet. Now, this is gonna be Jonfield's last stand. If Jonfield can successfully defeat this fleet, then Jonfield will survive and continue on in the Drone Wars. However, if the Federation wins, then Jonfield will be completely eliminated and they'll be just gone. Rest in peace. So, over here we have the entire Jonfield Armada. There's 3 fleets of fighters combined, right here. And over here we have the attacking fleet. Just 3 ships. So we're going to go ahead and declare war and we're going to see what happens. Well, first I'm going to actually turn on damage. Then we can declare war. I expect a lot of fighters to be lost. But if the fighters are lucky enough, they might actually be able to win this. You can see they're all starting to split up so they don't all get slaughtered at once. They're all trying to do some evasive maneuvers here. There's actually a lot of them, so they're definitely doing the best they can. Ooh, those are some really good dodges over there. There's definitely shots coming in at very high speeds. All these fighters are trying to use their speed to their advantage. Some shots already coming in, taking down some fighters. The fighters are trying their best to get within range. They're definitely all being hit. Missiles are coming in, taking them out very, very quickly. Now they're starting to get into range, launching their missiles. If they get getting closer, then they can start using their main weapons, which should be absolutely fatal to these larger ships. Here we go, shots already starting to come in. Cruiser's definitely taking shots, but it is doing a lot of damage, launching missiles in all directions. It's launching all of its point defenses to the best of its ability. Man, these fighters didn't even stand a chance. I think all the fighters have been slaughtered. That lasted like 2 minutes. Ouch. And then in terms of casualties on the Federation didn't take any casualties whatsoever. They completely countered that attack, and they have successfully taken over the Jonfield's homeworld, it seems. Yeah, there's no signals left. Rest in pieces, Jonfield. Alright, we've made it to the end of the video. There really wasn't that many battles, but I'll go over everything that has happened. Well, the Alliance over here. I mean, I think they tried expanding a little bit, didn't really succeed much. They've mostly been doing more internal things, building some fleets and stuff. Not too much really going on here. The Federation basically just executed Jonfield up there, so Jonfield Technologies no longer exists. Surprisingly, Rogue Shipwrights is barely even outliving them, but they can't do anything. Jonfield at least was able to do something, but they've completely collapsed now. They're completely eliminated from the series. The Federation now has a huge advantage because now they have pretty much all of this in their control. It's kind of like a weird little like tooth, I guess. So that's that. Delta Shipyards over here has an interesting strategy. They've decided to pool their resources into like upgrading their infrastructure a little bit, but they've actually moved their fleet instead of going directly after the fighters over here. They've decided to move their fleet up and like kind of around to kind of just surround them. Now that's a good and a bad thing. The good thing is that well they can't really go anywhere all too much. I mean they can go some places. I mean if they go after a world that is not a fortress world, they need to take it over instantly. But that means that basically no matter where they go, they're in Delta Shipyard's territory, which is not great. Yeah, mostly just internal stuff going on over here with Delta. They've done some expansion, trying to upgrade their income because they don't have very great income at the moment, but they do have a pretty good amount of planets. They're keeping up fairly well, trying to stay in their corner here. Now the Pirate Empire over here, they're kind of struggling a bit because they were really, really powerful, but now they're not as powerful now because everyone's kind of like pushed up against them, and the Federation really doesn't like them. They're really trying to push in. So they've been putting a lot of their efforts inwards towards building up more fleets, especially really big, like 10 ship plus fleets. They've also decided to make another fighter fleet here, and I'm guessing they wanted to make a really cheap fighter fleet just so they can, invade Delta again. I mean, that's one way of doing things. Have a cheap fleet just go around the enemy and take their undefended planets. But they are building up much larger fleets for bigger battles, so that's going to be very interesting. Don't know how they're going to move those around. They're going to slowly kind of distribute them. None of these planets here have really been explored this episode, which is kind of a shame. It'd be kind of interesting to see what they are. The Great Red Sun Empire over here, in terms of what they've been doing, they've decided not to do any battles, and they've been just moving their fleets around, really. I don't think they've built any new fleets, but what they did do is that they did move fleets more out away from their homeworld to give like better defense a bit. And they've also decided to take over the former homeworld of the New Galactic Alliance again. So yeah, the Alliance is not going to be very happy about that. I mean, the Great Red Sun Empire is struggling with their income. Their income is some of the lowest out of all the factions here, aside from Rogue Shipwrights. They have zero income. But yeah, the Alliance over here is really being pressured by both the Great Red Sun Empire and the Federation. So they're both really just squeezing in on them. They're going to have to figure out a way to either push back or find a way to expand. They're really not doing too great. Yeah, it is really interesting seeing how these factions are really developing. So far, I believe the Great Red Sun Empire is definitely one of the most powerful factions. If we actually go to the back of the board over here, we can actually see the different factions and how they're doing. Let's see. The Federation definitely is doing really well with 11 planets. And the Great Red Sun Empire is also doing really well with 11 planets. So the Federation does have a much higher income. Most of the Great Red Sun Empire's planets are fortress worlds, which provide no income but are able to defend themselves against invading fleets. Jonfield is completely eliminated over there. Yeah, lots of these factions here are tied on their planets. They have 8 planets doing fairly well, and yeah, the Alliance only has 6 planets right now, so they are actually losing compared to lots of the other factions. So they really need to step up their game if they want to survive. But yeah, hopefully soon some of these factions will start making enough money to actually be able to build bigger and more entertaining fleets. And maybe if they save up enough, they might actually be able to upgrade their fortress worlds. Because, well, an upgraded fortress world allows them to have significantly better defenses they could take on bigger fleets. Right now, level 1 fortresses can be taken out by a decent amount of corvettes if you play it right. But if it's a level 2 fortress world, they're going to need significantly larger ships to be able to take them out. Well, that's it for this episode. I'll see you guys in the next episode, and I hope you all have a great day. Alright, take care.